You know what? I'm going to do this, and Lubman told me not to do it. But you know what? I don't care because I can handle the smoke, and I want the smoke. Honestly, I want the smoke from Giants fans. Please come at me.
How is this acceptable?
No. Go look at a Twitter account named Garlic Rye Fry Guy or whatever who's subtweeting us left and right. That guy will tell you Farhan's God. All right? The guy lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. I don't even know who the hell he is. He's a faceless avatar on Twitter taking shots at us left and right. Guess what, buddy? We were here in the Candlestick days. We suffered before the World Series, and we're suffering after the World Series. And what we want is winners. Not to quote the great Mike Singletary, but we want winners. And you tell me this is a good product? You telling me we can't blame Farhan Zaidi for this product that we're watching on a Tuesday night? We're trying to find new baseball fans. I'm trying to get Baby Chaz into baseball for crying out loud. You got the SFYBL League and Little Charlie and Rye Guy and the rest of the crew. They're out there trying to love the Giants. And we're out there trotting out that lineup on a Tuesday night in Arizona against the Diamondbacks after getting swept by the Yankees on a Sunday when you had Wilmer Flores batting in a 3-0. The mighty San Francisco Giants, who are the home of Willie McCovey and Willie Mays, Jack Clark and Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell, Barry Bonds, Jeff Kidd, Matt Williams. The list goes on and on and on. And we're supposed to accept this and say, oh, you can't be mad. It's only June.
Well, that's my favorite.
We can't be mad. Well, guess what? 2022, June 20th, they were 8 games over 500. And what did I tell Mark Willard that day in Atlanta? They're not entertaining. This is boring, and I don't think they're going to be able to sustain it. And they slumped hard, and they limped to 500.
Here's the thing that I don't understand. It's only June. You're not allowed to be angry. Then why is the manager saying what he's saying in postgame? So Joe and Bonte and the rest of Giants fans, the real fans who watch, we're not allowed to be angry. But Bob Melvin, the coach, the manager, is allowed to be angry. What? Play the sound.
When you're going through losing streaks, at least you fight. For the most part, we have. That was an awful game. We made it interesting at the end, but didn't play well. Made Harry get multiple outs. We had a starter on the ropes every inning. Couldn't cash in. It's a bad game and a bad stretch by us.
What do you think stood out worst?
We just looked like we were running around in quicksand for a while. So, it is what it is. But doesn't feel very good when you play like that.
Do you mean defensively?
Everything. The at-bat, we have guy on the ropes every inning and can't cash in but a couple of runs. It's just a bad game.
Was that a message that was relayed to the team?
I'm not going to talk about what I say to anybody.
I'm so upset.
The motto of the Farhan Zaidi era. Boy, we had runners off. We just can't cash in.
Oh, my God.
How many times have we heard that over the last 4 years? And by the way, and I'm going to take another shot at another guy. Who's this GGG Giants guy, whatever, called to? Oh, we just beat the Phillies. You're 2-5 against the Phillies this year, son. You scored 2 runs in the last 19 innings against the Philadelphia Phillies, and they took it easy on you. All right? We caught lightning in the bottle with Spencer Howard that game. All right? All right? You got 2 series wins against teams over 500. You lost the series to the Nationals. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing anymore because the Nationals are tied with you in the loss column. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing at that. You lost to Tampa down in Tampa. You barely scraped by Miami and the Marlins. You split with Arizona the first time around. Like, you haven't beat many winning teams all season. So we're not allowed to get mad. But Bob Melvin, the same day people were telling us, the same day, Shasky, oh, Joe and Bonte, you guys are just giving hot takes for ratings. You guys are too mad, blah, 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 blah. Bob Melvin couldn't even talk last night. He was irate, scratching his head, looking for answers, saying, this is not what I signed up for. We heard from Fleming 3 weeks ago, Shasky. I didn't think Bob Melvin was this edgy. Well, I see why he's this edgy. He's got to look at his lineup and say, damn, what do I do?
That's BS,
I
man.
got to titulate Wilmer Flores in a 3-hole? Damn, I didn't sign up for this.
It's not Wilmer's fault. I like Wilmer as a 7-hitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My guy went from Tatis Soto Machado to Wilmer Matos and a bunch of poo-poo platter of hitters. Come on, man.
And we're begging for Conforto to come back from the IL.
And nobody gives a damn. Now Conforto's on the IL. I'm seeing people say, well, he should have stayed on the IL. Well, $18 million, I need him to play.
I mean, Ramos made a play in right field last night. Just a simple fly ball where he caught it, pivoted, turned, and fired in. And I said, yeah, Conforto just defensively doesn't have that in the back. You know what I mean? He just doesn't right now. I mean, he's basically athletic tape out there. You know, I'm always waiting for the next thing to happen. Here's the thing, though, B, and I just keep coming back to it. Bob Melvin, I don't even know if he's good or not. I don't know what he is. I really don't. But if he's here only to play the Yoko Ono role and split up the Beatles, as in Farhan and this ownership group, if that's the only thing he accomplished, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Because I can already feel it. It's coming. Like two trains on the train track coming toward each other. Farhan's way of doing business, Bob's way of doing things. Bob is not going to go down without throwing Farhan under the bus.
No doubt.
I mean, that's what to me, that was as much about the roster construction as it was about any individual player. He could be mad at Jorge Soler for not driving in. Like, Jorge, I can't remember the last time you had a base hit to drive in an RBI.
Oh, my God.
Not a sac fly, not a ground out. I can't remember the last time.
I mean, those at-bats just look lifeless.
That's what I'm saying.
They just look lifeless.
And he had some at-bats against the Yankees, but no one was on base. Point being, I think that what Bob said right there, and I would like to play it one more time.
Yeah, we will.
What he was saying right there, to me, coded, was directed right at the front office.
Yep. Here it is.
When you're going through losing streaks, at least you fight. For the most part, we have. That was an awful game. And we made it interesting at the end, but didn't play well. Made Harry get multiple outs. We had a starter on the ropes every inning. Couldn't cash in. It's a bad game and a bad stretch by us.
What do you think stood out worst?
We just looked like we were running around in quicksand for a while. So, it is what it is. But doesn't feel very good when you play like that.
Do you mean defensively?
Everything. The at-bat, we have guy on the ropes every inning and can't cash in but a couple of runs. It's just a bad game.
Was that a message that was relayed to the team?
I'm not going to talk about what I say to anybody.
He was spicy last night.
But you know what's funny?
Spicy.
I don't think he's alone. I look at Matt Chapman the other day.
Look at his body language.
I showed you a video that Guru sent me, and it might be me and Guru just overlooking. I don't know. Maybe we're too deep, but it's Chapman looking at Doval as Doval's coming off the mound, and I'm sorry, Chapman wants to. I could just tell by the way he conducts himself and the way he plays. Chapman wants to win. The night before, when he was rounding third base, I saw a guy round third base with more authority than I've seen a giant run around the bases in years. That guy wants to win so bad. I don't question his effort, his desire, his work ethic, any of those things. I might question whether he can hit, an above the letters fastball every now and then when he's slumping. But like Chapman's a guy I'll go to war with, and I'll tell you right now,
with that.
I know for a fact, just by seeing his body language, that dude is not happy with how they're playing.
Look at the way he stretched that single into a double. And Kruko said, look, when you're behind, no runners on base, it's a risky play. That guy wants to win.
I know.
And he made up for that error right away. And he scores a run to get the Giants on the board. They're down 3-1. But to Bob's point, Bob Melvin, that is, 2 of 10 with runners in scoring position yesterday. And how many times have we seen during the Farhan era Zaidi where they can't cash in with the runners in scoring position?
Outside of 2021, it's been kind of the story of the last 7-8 years. And it even precedes Farhan.
I mean, double plays. You sack flies. I mean, it's just nasty work. And then you play Luke Jackson. And I get it. Bo Mel has no options right now. They're using the pin left and right. He brought that up. He's like, dude, our bullpen's got the second most innings pitched in the baseball. I need it here. Look at me yesterday. I said, can I get 6 from Harrison? Well, we got the 6. And I don't think he gave up 8 hits. I think 2 of those are errors, but Arizona and their scorekeeper wanted to credit their players with hits or whatnot. His defense did him, man. And we'll get to Kyle Harrison, and we'll get to the soundbite that he had yesterday before we pivot the Niners. But Luke Jackson is 6.35 ERA. And every time I see him, I'm like, damn, if he doesn't get up a run, I'm surprised.
Yeah, $1 million for each earned run per game.
Look at what he does yesterday.
Jesus.
I mean, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs, 1 strikeout. And just the game was lost, and it was lifeless. And he's just getting tattooed left and right. I mean, when is enough enough? Like, honestly, really, are we going to deem success winning? Giants winning 3rd wild card. That's a successful season with the $202 million payroll. We're that down bad that if they make the wild card and lose, we're going to consider that success this season with this team and that payroll?
Again, to me, it's the body of work. So, like, I saw you put out a tweet about 2014. And I understand the Giant fan perspective. Oh, man, we won 3 World Series. I never thought we would have won. Believe me, I get that. But I'm going to tell you what my calibration was. Damn, we won 1. Oh, my God, I never thought we'd win 1. Oh, my, I'm happy for a lifetime.
Yep.
All right? Then the second one happened, and it was like, oh my God. Are we entering like
dynastic territory?
Like Cardinals territory? Like, could we jump into that upper echelon? Then we won the 3rd, and it was like, all right, now we are in the top 5 of MLB, and this is where I want to stay. I want to stay greedy. It's like the Warriors. The Warriors won their 4 titles. You think they want to just slump back down and be happy forever?
That's a great point with the Warriors. Think about the Warrior fan. They go to Boston. They win the championship. in 6, parquet floor. Next year, they lose to the Lakers in the second round. Warrior fans wasn't bringing up that previous championship. They were pissed they didn't add more to win another championship.
We were mad at Kuminga and Moody and Wiseman for not being ready enough.
Right. We were mad. And then this year, they don't make the playoffs, and people are more angry. Now they're blaming the owner and this and pointing the finger.
Clay,
right.
and the young guys.
It's a who's who.
Yes, and Curry.
There's Steph Curry ain't even. It's a Steve Kerr's got to go. Like, it's the dialogue. People had Kyle Shanahan on the hot seat 2 years ago.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls. Forget the NSG.
Yeah.
2 Super Bowls and was leading in the fourth quarter in both of them since the Giants have last won a playoff series.
Exactly. And they're mad, and we're mad, but we can't be mad at the Giants for this poo-poo platter of player. And not all of them. I don't even want to disrespect them like that. I don't want to disrespect them like that.
No, it's just we've overrated a lot of the prospects.
We keep hearing great offseason, this and that, and I'm looking at this lineup saying, that's what we spent $200 million on? And I've been thinking about that for a long, like, honestly, I know we were excited about the Pirates and Mets series. Those are facts. We were excited about that.
We were.
And I said, look, I don't know where it's going, but I'm intrigued now. I'm very intrigued. But the fact is that we glossed over because we wanted to keep it positive. And the hell with that. Boss man told us, you know what? Do you. If this is how you feel, this is how you feel. And this is how I feel right now, Chasky. Looking back, okay, you swept the Rockies, great. We know the Rockies they're a 4A team. They're everybody's beating them up. Yeah. I think the Reds one-hit them the other day. Who knows? They almost got no hit at Coors Field. Yeah. That's how bad the Rockies are. But you needed 4-run rallies to beat the Pirates in back-to-back games. And you needed a 4-run rally to beat the Mets. All right? Terrible teams. Think about the way people talk about the Mets. They're in the headlines every day, the New York Mets. Oh, they just DFA'd a guy because he didn't have a translator and they misquoted him. Like, think about that. They're not beating anybody worth the damn. But in the showcase games, and I brought this up yesterday, Chasky, real quick. The showcase games against the Yankees, against the Dodgers, and for the most part against the Phillies and the Braves, you get your ass kicked left and right. I watched the Orioles come into town last year and take 2 or 3 against the Giants like it was nothing.
But Ponte, this thing, and I see it from the 925 right here. A week ago, you guys were all smitten with the Giants. Do you not know how sports works? I want to say this, like I was listening to FP and Willard yesterday. I'm like, FP, you played ball. Yeah, there's a Too Short song with Jay-Z. It was all good a week ago. This is what we do in sports. How did you feel about Kyrie Irving, America, a year ago?
Yep.
How did you feel about Ben Simmons 4 years ago, America?
How do Warrior fans feel about Ben Simmons?
How did you feel about Jordan Poole 2 years ago, 3 years ago? How did you feel about C.J. Stroud and the Texans before the season started, and then once the playoffs started? That's how life works. You see this with the real estate. You see this on Wall Street. One day, a stock is red hot. What happens the next day? Sell, 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 right? This is how life works. One day, you're married and you're at the altar, you have kids. The next day, you're divorced. I mean, how many people listening to me right now?
Divorce, giving up 50% of your assets.
I mean, how many people right now, like, thought that they married the love of their life, only to find out, for whatever reason, that they've adjusted? Pivot, don't panic isn't just a saying that I say to get out of an opinion. It is life, folks. This is what happens. I used to wear Chuck Taylors, and then I had the worst plantar fasciitis of my life. And now I have to spend $140 on Nikes.
Right. They're not comfortable.
Okay?
They're not comfortable.
We used to think baggy jeans was good. And then we went to skinny jeans. And then you got 40 and had a belly. And you realize skinny jeans makes you look like a French bulldog.
Baggy's coming back.
I know, but you get what I'm saying? Like, guys, if you're not pivoting or panicking, you're the moron. Right. You're the idiot. Yeah. If you think that your thought process today is what it was in 1991 and you haven't adjusted and you haven't grown and you haven't matured, my God, something's wrong with you.
No prenup.
Not me. You.
No prenup. No prenup. No prenup.
Think about this. Think about this.
It's time for you to do the legal.
Think about the way we all thought about Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay,
right. Just the first season. The first season. I remember.
The Niners started off 0-9. Yeah. We all hated the Niners. Kyle Shanahan can't win. They get Jimmy Garoppolo. Every one of us, myself included, we flopped like the wind.
Oh, no. What we did was I was out there posting videos, not even a play. I posted a video of him at the line of scrimmage in Chicago, yelling at a wide receiver, get over here, hurry up. Play clock's going down, hike. quick slant forward first, and I said, oh, we got our guy. And then I looked down on my phone, and my guy, Philly Zoo, goes, Bonte? And I was at the Coliseum that day, covering the Raiders game, and the Niners were on a small TV. My guy from Philly Zoo goes, hey, you got yourself a franchise quarterback. And then Jimmy wins the 5 games. And he comes back, gets hurt, and I watched a tear come down from Shasky's eye when he got hurt because he thought we lost our franchise quarterback. He got the Niners to the Super Bowl, and still people wanted to move off him. So listen, man, what else do you want us to say about the Giants? You want us to say, hey, it's going to be right? You want to accept the 3rd wild card right now? Turn your mic on. 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 Turn your mic on.
No, I assess what I'm watching, and I tell you how I feel. And if you don't like it, call in and tell me why you don't agree. But here's what I don't do.
But nobody calls about the Giants. You know why? Because nobody really cares. You know what? I'm going to say this right now before I read the legal. My mother-in-law, Alona Novikov, working right now. Yeah. She listens every day. Yeah. She don't know what the hell we're talking about. She, she's foreign, and her English it's good, but she has a doctor. I think Alona texted me. I may get her name wrong. She's a diehard fan. Okay. Uma, big-time doctor. Okay. And met her at a Warriors game a couple years ago. She goes, dude, I roast all the time. You know what she told Alona yesterday? Huh. She goes, tell Bonte and Joe, they're talking a little too much baseball. We don't want to hear about the Giants. We want to hear about football. We want to hear about McCaffrey. We want to hear about Ayuk. We want to hear about the Warriors. We'd rather hear all-season hypotheticals than listen to you talk about the Giants. That's what she told Alona yesterday, and Alona spread that message to me. Well, I'll tell you, Dr. Uma, and Alona, you can spread this message to her. You can send this message to her. The Giants keep playing like they are. We will stop talking about them, and we will ignore them. So this is what I always look at it. They have a shelf life. They're not contending by August.
Oh, I agree there.
We're in full swing Warriors mode and training camp, and that is that. And I'll still be watching the Giants through the end of the season. But we sure in the hell ain't going to be talking about them.
There's no question on that. But Bonte, life's about evolution and maturation. And I am one of the big... I mean, you're talking to a guy that didn't even graduate high school, for Christ's sake. And I've never been more successful in my life and happier and all those things, right? But it's about evolving and moving forward. If you don't allow for flip-flopping... Well, then you're the idiot.
Well, it's not just, but it's not. No.
Flipper, king of the sea.
No. By the way, you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco, Tennessee Sports Station, always live on the free Odyssey app. Don't forget that you can also watch us every day on our YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter streams, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Upgrade your savings dividend. Open a First NorCal First Class money market today.
Call me Aquaman, because I will ride Flipper right into the sea.
No. Listen, so I was listening to the crossover, and Willard said, you got Shasky, they're mad, and Larry Kruger's mad. And
my dad's up in heaven right now, mad at the effort that the Giants are performing. You think my dad would be happy?
Let me finish, Shasky. He called you a flipper, okay? Who cares about... when somebody calls me a flip-flop, because I see it on Twitter, but I'll tell you flip-flop, you flip-flop. No, I'm assessing in real time.
Exactly.
Opinions can't change. And I'm the first one. I got to drop. I'm wrong all the time. I don't care about being wrong. If I was right all the time, I wouldn't be in this business.
Yeah.
I'd be in Las Vegas making millions of dollars, not talking to some of you bozos out there. Not all of you. 10% of you are bozos, but the rest of you, I love you. I love our listeners. I love our roasters. It's not called flopping. It's about assessing. I'm not going to die on the hill. I've seen this story since 2022. What has changed with Farhan Zaidi? A manager change? You still got most of the same personnel. You still have most of the same personnel.
Well, here's the part that's tough to swallow. So, for example...
So it's not about flipping. It's about just telling it like it is. Whatever happened to that? Can we just tell it like it is?
Let's talk about
the Yankees come to town and they kick your ass and look like a big league club. And you're not even close to the Yankees. You're not even close to the Dodgers.
Well, that's obvious.
I don't even know if you're close to the Padres.
Yeah, that's obvious. But so let's get right into it. So Kyle Harrison, who I was told by everyone who's an expert, he is one of the top pitching prospects. At one time, for a long stretch, he was the #1 left-handed pitching prospect. And I bought into all of it.
What did I say to you and Willard?
You're a little unimpressed.
I said no, but I said this 2 years ago. I said I would flip him for Ohtani.
You're right. And
if they're going to trade Ohtani, I would flip him for Ohtani right now.
I wouldn't have. Now, Bonte, have I been as high on him as you could possibly be? Okay. I'm watching the guy and I say, look, I still like him. I like him a lot. Like, I believe he could be some version down the line of some poor man's Cliff Lee. Like, down the line. I'm not saying he's anywhere near. Cliff Lee's one of my favorite left-handed pitchers I've ever seen. But the ability to get the breaking ball over early in a count, I'm not seeing it yet. Now, yesterday, he was sharper than the numbers looked. Schmidt's got to make a play for him. And that's a young player playing a position that I'm not sure how good he's at, but he should make some of those plays. The one diving to your backhand, that's tough. The one up the middle, make that. The second one up the middle, make a play for